Boom! What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Sunday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today we're going to be taking a look at another one from the Hill series of Southern Grist Brewing Company. They're out of Nashville, Tennessee, and they have a bunch of different varieties of fruited sours when it comes to the Hill series. So today... Whoa, almost forgot how to breathe for a second. But today we're going to be taking a look at their Banana Orange Soursop variant. So when I bought this thing off Tavor, I looked at it and like, what the hell is a Soursop? So I did a little bit of research, and it almost, when I first saw a picture of it, it almost reminds me of a lychee a little bit. But then when I started reading about it a little bit more, it's kind of, they said it's like almost like a custardy kind of like flesh to it, and then they're saying that it has similar, like, it's like if you put probably I would say the texture of like a banana, because that's what I think of when I think of a little bit of like a softer banana. I think of custardy flesh. And then, so if you took a banana and a pineapple and put it together with a slight acidity to it, like you would have like a lemon or an orange kind of situation. So that's definitely something that makes it really sound really, really interesting, because supposedly this kind of fruit is really, really sweet when it comes to how it tastes and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty intrigued to see if it adds acidity to this beer, if it kind of does anything to where it kind of mixes well with the banana and the orange. Of course, with it having similar flavors to a banana, I think that I'm going to get similar like flavor profiles to it. Hold on, I got to blow my nose here for a second. Give me 1 second here. Hold, please. Never mind, don't worry about it. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see what this thing's going to be all about. With it being a banana orange soursop, I'm hoping that since it has similar flavors to a banana, that I'm going to get a little bit more of a banana flavor than I thought I would. The orange is going to add a nice citrusy, almost acidity to it, which I think the soursop is going to add in there as well, but I'm thinking that it's going to add a little bit more of a kind of a tropical fruit kind of feel to it as well, due to soursops being grown in like South America and all that kind of stuff. So the thing is, with my last experience with the Hill series from Southern Grist, it wasn't something that was like blow me away kind of fruited sours from them. So I'm hoping this one's a little bit different. So let's crack this thing open and see what this thing's all about on the nose. Come on. So let's see what we get on the nose with this guy. Huh. Definitely getting banana. Banana's definitely coming through on this. There's definitely a different kind of fruit smell that I'm getting. Not really getting much of a citrusiness. But mostly on the nose, that's what I'm getting. It's just banana. And of course, since it's a fruited sour, there's always a couple things that I like recommending to people whenever they're drinking a fruited sour due to actual fruit puree being added into it. Of course, I recommend when you buy it, put it right in your fridge right away when you get home. And then, of course, when you're going to be taking it out to drink it, give it a couple rolls on the countertop just because there might be some puree in there still to kind of get that all suspended so you can have an even pour when you pour it. And then, of course, what I like to do is when I'm taking it to where I'm going to drink it, I hold it upside down so all the stuff that was sitting at the bottom starts circulating through all over the entire can so you can have a nice even pour. So let's pour this thing into a glass and let's see what this thing's like on the color. I'm expecting I'm not really thinking, I guess you could say haziness, but I don't want to say it's going to be a murkiness, so I'm most likely to see it's going to be pretty hazy due to the use of puree and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be drinking out of my Black Horizon Brewing Company glass this afternoon. Let's pour this guy. Yeah, kind of almost looks like a hazy IPA, to be honest. Not really a crazy amount of like carbonation when it comes to a head, but yeah, it almost kind of looks like a hazy IPA to me. So so a lot of those fruits that are used in there have a really, really like bright, almost yellow kind of color to it. Still getting heavy notes of banana up front, which I think is really, really nice. I'm thinking that it's not going to be... I'm not 100% sure if they used lactobacillus in this guy because I don't know if it's going to be in the realms of a kettle sour. They might have just done the addition of lactic acid in there to where they kind of add a little bit of a tartness to it. Or citric acid, I mean. So who knows if it's going to have as much of a tartness as something like a kettle sour would. So, but this definitely seems a little bit hazier than you would get out of your normal kettle sour. So, but the banana notes that I'm getting on the nose are really, really nice. So, let's see. Yeah, let's give this thing a try and see what it's all about. So, cheers, everybody. Happy Sunday. Okay. There definitely is a significant tartness to this. Really wasn't sure if it was going to come in there, but it's definitely more of an acidic kind of tartness. It's not like... I guess maybe there's lactobacillus in there. It almost feels like a lactobacillus kind of sour to it. But overall, if the banana comes up, hits you right in front, you're definitely getting that almost increased banana / pineapple flavor that the puree of the soursop is coming in with. And the orange kind of like citrusy notes definitely come through more at the end. It like blends in with a little bit of a tartness almost. But overall, yeah, flavors are pretty good on this one. I'm enjoying it. It definitely is a lot more of like a refreshing kind of fruited sour, which is nice. A little bit has more of a a bubbly, effervescent mouthfeel to it. Not really crazy amount of creaminess to it, which I wasn't expecting a high amount just because I don't think there's any lactose in this one. Let me see. Okay, yeah, there is lactose, so there's probably not a crazy amount in there to make it such a creamy mouthfeel, but there is the addition of lactose in here, so that's good to know. But overall, yeah, not bad. Coming in at a 5.4% ABV, I think the flavors that you're getting out this one are pretty damn good. I'm definitely enjoying this one. The Soursop is definitely an interesting kind of feel that this one is adding, just because of it having that more of that, just like a mixture of a pineapple and banana flavor. I would definitely like to try a Soursop, like a fresh one, just because, I don't know, when I think of custardy flesh, I don't think I've ever had a fruit that's like custardy when it comes to how the texture of the fruit actually is, so I don't know how I would respond to it, but I think the flavors coming from the Soursop edition of this one, I think blends in really nice with almost creating a really kind of good tropical fruit flavor in it. So I think that's pretty damn solid. And this is definitely, I'm enjoying this one a lot more than I did with the other one that I have from them. I'm trying to remember the other one from Southern Grist that I had. Let's see. Which one was it? So the last one I had was this was the Cherry Mango Peach, was the last one I reviewed, and I gave that one a 3.5 out of 5 on Untapped. So let's look over here at Untapped, get back to what we're doing over here, and let's see if you can't get your hands on anything from Southern Grist Brewing Company when it comes to availability near you. Let's see if Untapped has some similar beers on here to where you might find something similar around you that's showing up on here. So we got another one from Southern Grist showing up as a similar beers, which is the Raspberry Whip Hill, which I'm not even going to talk about due to if you can't get your hands on this one, you most likely won't be able to get your hands on the other one either. And let's see, this one is from, okay, so this is a lambic called the Mother of All Goes, which from the Lost Abbey, which where these okay, these guys are located in San Marcos, California, which I don't know if I'd put alambic up there with getting flavors like this. I mean, the tartness you'll get from it, but when it comes to like alambic being really close to a wild ale, there's definitely going to be a lot more of like a fermented kind of sour flavor to those. Those are definitely different souring methods when it comes to how it ferments and all that kind of stuff. So let's see what else we got here. We got one from Two Tides Brewing Co. called the Layers, Layerz. This is their mango passion fruit, which this one looks like it's a little bit heavier on the mouthfeel, but okay, so they're considering this a parfait sour. So there's the mango, orange, passion fruit, that key lime, coconut, granola. Okay, so that is definitely interesting. I think this one's going to be a little more creamier. Plus, they add froyo to it, which I think would actually add a lot of creaminess to it, which this one doesn't have a crazy amount of creaminess. But overall, yeah, that may be pretty damn close, even though the mouthfeel is going to be a little bit different. But let's see. We got one here from Arcane Ale Works called the Fruit Salad, which is a 3.7% fruited Berliner Weiss. Okay, so let's see. It's a blend of their Gimme Swelter, which is a mango habanero kind of thing, and the Can't Elope, which is a cantaloupe kind of fruited Berliner Weiss. So they kind of mixed two fruited Berliner Weisses that they have when it comes to the mango habanero and then the cantaloupe, and put it together to kind of create like a fruit salad kind of fruited Berliner Weiss. Maybe, I don't know, because I'm trying to think if mango habanero would definitely give them the citrusy notes, but the cantaloupe would definitely be something that would be the odd one out when it comes to being something that is similar to when it comes to flavors. Even though that's gonna be tough. I feel like mouthfeel would pretty be the same. It's definitely gonna be a lot thinner of a mouthfeel, like this one is. It's definitely not as heavy when it comes to just something like that. But flavors are gonna be tough to compare with this one. So I don't know. This fruit salad from Arcane Ale Works may be close, but I think most of the flavors you're gonna get that are gonna be similar is probably gonna be just from the mouthfeel and that little bit of mango habanero kind of tropical fruit feel. And then the last one they're showing here is from Drecker, which is the apricot shortbread cookie, which I'm not going to consider this the same one as this one, just because there's a lot more craziness when it comes to the additions of all the stuff they're using. Of course, there's still the addition of lactobacillus, but then they're using cookies and granola and all that kind of stuff, and I wouldn't really put this one anywhere near kind of having the same kind of any kind of similarity in general when it comes to that one. Even though the apricot shortbread cookie is something that I have in my possession that a review is going to be coming out for pretty soon. It's going to be a choice between two that are going to be the most similar. Either this fruit salad from Arcane Ale Works or this Layers mango passion fruit from Two Tides. To be honest, because mouthfeel is a big deal when it comes to trying to get a similar experience to a different beer for me, so I'm most likely going to go with this fruit salad from Arcane Ale Works to be the most similar, just because, like I said, mouthfeel is really, really huge when it comes to trying to find something similar, because if you find something a lot more creamier, and the flavors may still be kind of similar, but it's not going to replicate the overall experience pretty, like, as the same as the one you're kind of looking for like that. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with this fruit salad one, even though it's definitely going to be different flavors. The cantaloupe's definitely going to be doing something different, but I think that, like, mango habanero kind of flavor is going to bring in, like, almost the right kind of tropical fruit notes, to be honest. But overall, yeah, this one is not bad at all. So I'm definitely enjoying this one a lot more than I am from the previous one. Maybe because it's warmer out. I don't know. Maybe because it's warmer out that where it's like a little bit more refreshing, but overall this one's pretty solid. Definitely pretty solid. I could definitely see how it's a 5.4% ABV, because it's, I don't want to say it's muted, but definitely doesn't have as much of like a boozy kick to it. So, but overall the flavors in this one are not bad at all. So let's look back at Untappd here and see what they show as a description for this guy. So pretty straightforward. The same thing that's on the can itself. It says fruited sour ale brewed with lactose, banana, orange, and soursop purees. So a lot of the times the puree is going to go into the bright when it's going into the carb process. You're not really going to add puree when it comes to during the fermentation stage. A lot of times when it comes to a base of a fruited sour, a lot of the times it's going to almost be like the same base of a Weiss kind of style of beer, and then the addition of lactobacillus, and then all the kind of stuff, adding the purees in there to add the fruitiness and all that kind of stuff to it. So yeah, this one's pretty self-explanatory when it comes to the description on here. And then let's see, with over 257 ratings on this one has an average rating of 3.98 out of 5, which is not bad at all. Definitely, I think the other one that I have from them, I don't know if that one was a little bit lower, but this one definitely seems more on the higher tier of having a good response due to it almost being at a 4 average. So let's see if I have any of my friends list who check this one in. I don't think I do. Nope. Let's see. But let's start looking at it and see what people are saying on the global ratings of this guy. So, of course, let's see. This guy purchased it at the Garner Beer Garden, which looks like, okay, so it's a place in Newport News, Virginia. It looks like that. Purchased it from Tavour. Most likely they kind of created their own venue, which you're able to do on Untappd. If you're like want to call your backyard a specific name, you can create a venue for your backyard. So they most likely did that. And he purchases off Tavour, and he gave it a 3.75 out of 5. Let's see what this guy said. He looks like he's at a pool, so I think this would be a perfect kind of beer to drink by a pool or something like that. He gave it a 4.75 out of 5. Drinking it at the Nag's Head Fishing Pier, which, where's that located? So that's in Nag's Head, North Carolina. What else we got? We got a 4 out of 5 purchase off Tavour. Let's see, we got a 4.25. We got another 4.25 saying number 1,000. So I'm wondering if this was his 1,000th check-in, most likely. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that looks like it was his 1,000th beer to check in. That's pretty damn cool. And he got it on draft at Tenfold Brewing, which is in another place in Nashville, Tennessee, like a brewery / pizza place. So a lot of the times, if you're in the same city as somebody, a lot of the times that if you have a relationship with another brewery, they'll most likely carry some of your stuff on tap if you have that good relationship. But let's see. We got another 4.25. We got a 4. We got a 3.5. We got a 4. Let's do 2 more. So this guy gave it a 3.75 and said it was bland. So I don't know if I'd put this one in as bland, but it's definitely not as like pungent as some of the other fruited sours that I've had when it comes to just slap you in the face with fruity flavor. But a lot of the times it's going to be a lot of those like smoothie, almost pastry sours that are going to be doing that. The kettle sours are really not going to give you that kind of punch you in the face kind of flavor. Some of them will, but most of them I don't think are going to be in that realm of like hitting you just straight in the face with the fruitiness. a lot of the times the tartness is definitely going to be a predominant characteristic in your overall experience. So let's do this last one. This guy checked it in and gave it a 4 out of 5. That's a nice little kind of check-in. Gave it poured in a glass, and picture of the can. It was like a statue of a hand. I wonder if that's like almost like a flight kind of holder thing. But that's pretty cool. So with all that being said, let's start trying to figure out what we're going to be doing for ratings on our end with this guy. Let's see. Of course, first thing we like to look at is can art. And of course, since we've already seen one of the hills before with the other one, this one is pretty much the exact same label when it comes to how they did it. It's just they take advantage of using different colors. So you're going to see the waviness of the hill on there. Of course, having the wavy lines, having that almost like tropical kind of look in there with almost the reds going to oranges, going to yellows, having that almost like green kind of background to it. When it comes to maybe the addition of the Soursop, has that little like green kind of tint. But overall, yeah, I think this is something that's pretty nice, even though they used like the smaller labels. Of course, a lot of the times when you see a bigger brewery, they'll have the labels going from the top of the can almost to the bottom. And this one takes advantage just kind of using a smaller label, which isn't a bad thing. Kind of helps with the like almost how holographic the aluminum is on the can to kind of let the picture stand out a little bit more. But overall, yeah, can art's not bad. It's simple. Southern Grist's logo is always really clean and classy. Of course, they'll have the logo on the bottom, and then most of the time, if it's something from the Hill series, right on the top, they'll tell you the fruits that are in this one that will have the flavors that you'll be getting. But overall, yeah, it's solid. Not really something that's gonna like. I don't know if I'd put this to where it would catch my attention at a liquor store or bottle shop, but overall, yeah, it's still really nice. It's clean. It's classy. Really can't complain about it. But so if I would have to give the can art a rating on this one, I'd probably give it a 3.75 out of 5 for can art. It's not bad. I don't know if it'd be something that would catch my attention specifically, to be honest. But overall, yeah, it's fine. That's all it is. But let's see if I got this beer in a flight over at Southern Grist. If I went down to Nashville, would I get another one? To be honest, I think I would. I'm definitely enjoying enough to where I'd probably have another one of these. Let's see if it shows what's on tap over at Southern Grist right now, to where maybe there's one of the hills on tap over there. Let's see. So when it comes to the sours, the hills that they have on tap right now are they have the Imperial Ariona Strawberry Blackberry Hill. They have a Passion Fruit Guava Hill on tap, and they have the Triple Yellow Hill on tap, which is a banana, pineapple, and lemon puree. That actually sounds pretty good. That's very tropical. So you have two of them over there right now that might give you some pretty similar experiences when it comes to the Passion Fruit Guava Hill and then the Triple Yellow Hill. I think that Triple Yellow is probably going to give you the most similar experience when it comes to what this one's going to taste like, because you're going to get the banana and the pineapple, which are two predominant flavors you're getting, and then the lemon's going to add that kind of acidity and citrusiness to it, which I think would actually be really delicious when it comes to this time of year. So that one sounds fantastic. So if you're able to make yourself over a visit to Southern Grist, I think the one I was looking at was their East Nashville location. That one seems pretty awesome. They have one in East Nashville, and then they have one, I think it's the Nations neighborhood, I believe. Yeah, so this one's on 5012 Centennial Boulevard in Nashville. So that one has, I believe, the same ones. Yep, so those ones are pretty much the same when it comes to the hills. Actually, no, they only have the Strawberry Blackberry Hill over there right now, and then the Ariona Berry, which I have no idea what that is. But they have a couple other variants over there, so you're going to get two different kind of varieties of stuff available when it comes to the two different locations for Southern Grist. But overall, yeah, the stuff showing on their pour list right now seems pretty damn delicious. Plus, they have non-alcoholic options if you're into that. But overall, yeah, their website's clean. Of course, if you want to go onto their shop and see what they're all about, you can order beer online, I know. So it says nationwide shipping available. So a lot of times when it comes to shipping beer, it also always depends on state by state, depending on what state you're in and how their how the liquor laws are when it comes to shipping alcohol. So what it says right here is that orders containing alcohol are currently only available to ship in, let's see, we got Kentucky, North Dakota, let's say New Hampshire, let's see, thinking that's maybe Nevada, I don't know, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Vermont, Virginia, and DC. So I know those are, looks like, the only place that they'll ship to right now. So if you're on the East Coast, you may have a better opportunity to get your hands on that stuff. And if you're into the non-alcoholic options, the non-alcoholic beers will ship to all of the lower 48 states. So that's a good kind of, if you're into that kind of thing, you'll be able to get your hands on that stuff if you want to purchase on their store. So let's see here. Picked up a ramen beer. What the hell? Kentucky, what, why? That, I don't even know how, what. A ramen beer. That just sounds gross, to be honest. I don't know how. You're going to have to let me know how that one is. That's just, yikes. Is it made with 2 ramen? Nice one, Ian. But with all that being said, let's start trying to figure out what our final rating on this guy is going to be before we start shutting things down over here. Let's see. I definitely enjoyed this one a lot more than the one the previous one that I had from Southern Grist. I'm probably going to give this one a very, very solid, I would say between like a 7.5 and a 7.75. I think I'm going to lean on the 7.75 realm. Of course, it's not as like pungent when it comes to the fruitiness. You're still getting good amounts of banana. You're still getting good amounts of pineapple. A little bit of like an acidity to it due to the soursop being in there, or in the orange most likely. So I think the flavors are pretty well balanced. I really like that you're able to taste that banana flavor pretty good, which I think in a lot of fruited sours, banana, if it's in there, it really doesn't come through that predominantly. So knowing that there's a good predominant banana flavor in here, I think is really, really nice. And plus, to me, like banana and a little bit of like citrusy tartness always just seems to go really well together. There's a really, really nice refreshing feel to it. So yeah, Southern Grist did a pretty damn good job with this one. I think this is a perfectly good sessionable, just fruited sour to have if you're sitting by the pool, if you're sitting outside on a nice summer day. This is a pretty damn solid one to be drinking in that kind of weather. So if you're interested to find anything from them, of course, you can check your local liquor store or bottle shop and find out if they can get stuff from Southern Grist distributed to them. And then you can also get your hands on their stuff by going on to Tavour. You guys hear me talk about Tavour all the time. I don't think I need to explain it by now. But yeah, I see Southern Grist show up. I don't want to say frequently, but a good amount of times I see some of their things showing up. So you'll be able to get your hands on some other stuff from them. A lot of the times, if you see something pop up from them, you're able to press the follow button on their app, and you'll be able to see every release that they do through Tavour that comes up, and you'll be able to purchase it if you want it like that. So other than that, yeah, I think that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. So thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button. It would help me out a lot. Also, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, as long with that notification bell. It'll let you know when I ever go live during the review. You guys can follow me on any of my social media platforms. Of course, my Instagram, when you can see what I'm beer reviewing that day. Of course, some shenanigans that's going on in the brewery when it comes to beer releases or when we're brewing and all that kind of stuff. So prepare to see a lot of brewing shenanigans for this coming week. I think we're brewing every single day except Friday this week. So you'll be able to keep an eye out on Instagram when it comes to what we're brewing and all the kinds of crazy shit we're going to be doing over there. So if you want to shoot me a follow over there, that'd be great. Of course, you can shoot me a friend request on Untapped as well. You guys hear me talk about Untapped all the time. It's a fantastic platform when it comes to anything craft beer. I like to call it craft beer. Facebook for craft beer drinkers, pretty much. It's just an absolutely amazing platform. You can see what's local to you, see what's trending near you when it comes to beers. You can see verified locations, what breweries are around here. You check in beers, get badges, all kinds of stuff. It's just a really, really cool platform. So you could shoot me a friend request down below. Link to my profile is down there as well. And of course, if you want to support me a little bit more by helping me get a little bit more money in my pocket and get some beer reviews out to you guys, I do have a Patreon available where I also do monthly 4-pack giveaways when it comes to Illinois exclusive craft beer. Maybe once in a while I'll throw a Fibs beer into the mix, so you may be able to get your hands on some stuff that I brew and all that kind of thing like that. But let's see. yeah, Patreon is available, so if you want to shoot some support over there, would be greatly appreciated. Of course, down the road when things start getting a little bit busier over there, plan on opening up a Discord and then possibly doing like merch, glassware, coasters, koozies, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to join the Patreon, link to that is down in the description below as well. But other than that, yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. So again, thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are amazing. And I'm ending this like I always do before we get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see you all next time. Cheers.